Good night and welcome to the Wednesday, the 3rd of February edition of the NCN Sports Magazine. The name is John Ramsing and it's a wonderful night indeed. And it's a great night for some speed because tonight in the magazine we'll be opening with motor racing. You know, this Sunday at the GMRNSC South Dakota Circuit we'll be having the endurance race of 2016, and in studio tonight we're having two superstars in their own rights, right? Talking about the Speed Queen and the PartyBoss. Right, you'll hear some more from them in a short while. And in the second half of the magazine, we'll take a dip in the pool because, you know, this is the year of Olympics. 2016 is Rio. And we'll be talking with the president and head coach of the Guyana Amateur Swimming Association to find out exactly what's happening with their preparations for Rio 2016. So let's start tonight's program off with some speed, like I said, and welcome the PartyBoss, Mr. W.R. Reaz, and Speed Queen, Sharima Khan. Welcome. Good night.
Well, good night. We're happy to be here this evening, representing not only ourselves but a little further afield of motor racing at the same time. And this time everyone has been talking about WR is racing against Sharima. Sharima is racing against WR. And I guess we planned it and then it all coincided. We actually, for the first time, we will see it live, exactly what we're doing. Yeah. Though we had hints on Facebook, posts and pictures and videos and stuff like that. But motor racing, 2016, it's a year that we're all looking forward to. Like the whole country pretty much looking forward to Guyana's 50th. Amazing. I understand that the motor racing body as well, they plan a 50th anniversary, independence anniversary race sometime in May. I think it's the last weekend. It's just the Independence Day is Thursday, I think it is. I think it's the Sunday of that, from words from the calendar that I understand. So we're all excited and anxious, looking forward for motor racing.
Well, we look ahead in a short while, but it's good to see you guys sitting side by side. All right, let's hear from the lady. Speed Queen, how are you feeling?
I'm extremely excited. I mean, how many people can say that they'll be driving with the PartyBoss?
Oh, well. We're letting it out quite early. But nonetheless, just before we continue with this, I know GFX boss, the little boss, we call him Louise, he has something special for us. We go to him, then we come back with the discussion.
Perfect.
Here's a little clip from GFX. Wonderful indeed. Well, no, Reaz, tell us more about that.
All right. Well, the concept behind that, of course, it's Sharima and I just showed up.
Yeah.
I will have to. I've done this and I'll do it again. Louis out at GFX, all credits. It was his way, the way he wanted to get done, and it certainly created that buzz, which we were not even thinking that was going to really create that big of a buzz. Everyone wants to know. Well, we did give hints as it is. Sharima and I will be teaming up together, driving one car for possible 3 hours or 2 hours at endurance race this Sunday. So we're on that same one team all together.
All right, so tell me how this association started really.
Well, it's not only today. You know, I've been an ardent supporter of Sharima, whichever position she plays at the end, beginning wherever on her grid. I've been a huge supporter behind that. It might be a little bit biased because I'll say it's the only female, but I'm supporters of many other drivers. But I know her dad for a number of years, and I'm passionate about her moving from where she were and where she is today. She trophied at November last, and I think that, you know what, we didn't really plan it per se. We were chatting and endurance came up and the discussion came up and we was like, yeah, let's do it. And
let's give the people what they want.
Let's give
that's
the people
exactly how it is.
So people want to know more about Sharima Khan, this speed queen. You said you've been racing since you were a teenager.
Yes.
Where did this passion start? Tell me more about it.
Well, the passion really started with my father. I'm a second generation racer, and I just knew that racing was what I wanted to do. I mean, it's completely amazing.
It certainly is. I mean, like Reaz said, you're lone female right now, and on the track you're all equal.
Yeah,
And
on the track you could say I'm a guy. We're all guys.
Like I said, the guys are
we're all
all
girls, yes.
I know, but you're all equal
It
competitors
doesn't
at
matter
the end of the
really.
day.
It doesn't matter really.
But Reaz mentioned the podium last November.
Yes, that was an
Tell me about
amazing
that,
race.
yeah.
I mean, the only thing I wanted to do, like really focus on, was to give the people what they really wanted. As much as I wanted a position, so did they. And it was really awesome.
I get the vibes that you're a bit nervous coming on national television. Are you the same way when you on the track?
No, honestly, when
You're
I'm
made
on
for
track,
speed, really.
now I know that everyone is actually looking at me, right? I don't know if it's different with me, right? But on track, I don't see a crowd. I only see me and the cars, and I just want to finish the race first, you know? And that, I think that is great.
All right, tell us more about your dad. You mentioned you're a second generation
Yes.
racer, really. Tell us about your dad and his exploits on the track.
Rafi Khan, Harun, a lot of them know him as Harun. He is, I would say, he is the best father in the world. I know a lot of people would always say that their father is the best, but honestly, my father is the best.
Yeah.
Right? Because I know that a lot of females, right, they would want to go into this industry too, but they don't have the support. And a lot of people would say that it was easy for me to come into it because he's a racer, but it actually wasn't, you know, because he knew everything that racing is about, the danger, the everything.
Right.
So when he supported me, that was the happiest thing for me.
But he's very much active on the track still.
Yeah, he raced in Group 2.
Right.
There's a 2-liter class, and he's one of the best. He's one of the few drivers that drive the back wheel drive starlet. And I would say to drive a back wheel drive on the track is a challenge.
So,
It's a whole different ball game
Alright,
altogether.
So let's head to the track now. Sunday we're heading to endurance. This is the first event for the year for Jim Harness here, right?
Yes, this is the first official event,
official
as it is for the club, because we had a line 3 weeks ago, I think it is, some middle of last month actually.
Right.
We had a line which was not a race event, but you know, race friends, associates, drivers had an interaction. So our first official race meet kicks off this Sunday, of
So tell us
course.
about the significance of endurance to the calendar of events for Jim Harness.
Well, from what I've seen, is that we have a packed card, hoping that it'll stick to that, because sometimes dates would have changed and everything like that. Because I think very soon the club, as it is, have elections, which is annually as it is. From all accounts that we heard, whoever goes in or whatever comes out of our elections, they'll pretty much stick to the race program and so forth. I know that we have, from after this, we're heading straight into March 20th, I think it is, for the first circuit race. Though the endurance is a circuit, but that's a huge track. We're talking about a small circuit race on the 20th of March. Then, of course, the team will be headed off for Jamaica. They're heading off. Then there's Trinidad leg, there's Barbados leg, and all that. And they come back to November. The November date have already set for Guyana. I mean, that's a far way ahead. We haven't completed no event as yet, but we're looking at November. But November is one of those benchmark races that you look forward to as it is. But basically, this Sunday, everything is set. Our car works are ongoing. Ongoing is not completed to fully completed, I should say. But we're hoping to get everything in play by time Sunday, because the activity should start like about 10. This is not just an endurance race, that I understand. Like the club did the last time, there's like a small circuit 20 minutes race. I expect it to be like 2 small circuit 20 minutes race. They want to make it a little bit more fun, because some persons might say the endurance race is boring, it's long, there's not much to do, but we drivers will tell you the opposite of that.
Good. So it's not just the one big race anymore. They have some small events.
Yeah, they have some small events. They have some small events.
How can the public get involved? I mean, previously there's a fee to go in.
This is
so on.
free.
It's absolutely
free. You'll come adhere because there will be marshals. If you're paying attention, if you know the racetrack as it is, it's the huge track.
Right.
So when you're coming in just after the little bushes as it is, you're actually getting onto that straight road where the Doppler Tower is, right? There will be marshals. It's that huge track we're using for the endurance race.
Time of the day.
Endurance race, the activities are planning to get underway by 10.
Yeah.
I'm thinking the actual endurance race maybe kick off, the big track race, maybe kick off about 1 o'clock probably, average about 1.
All right. How many drivers you know so far? How many teams are involved that you can call off your head?
I could probably call off my head. I know there are going to be quite a lot. I could probably name like about 5 that I know have been confirmed. I know that the Full Works team have a camp coming. Team Rekka teamed up with Reaz and the guys from BM Sort with one team. I know there's an East Bank team that they have a team also. Then there's Team Speed Queen and Team MMR, so we count in this one too.
Of course.
And I think, well, Sean, who should have been here, is not here. I don't know where he is right now. But he will drive on the Full Works. Then there's going to be Team Motor Trend, who is Kevin. He's missing too.
Yeah, he's a defending champion.
Because as it is, because I think he will also have his team. He will have not also, he have his own team as well. But other than that, what you'll find happen as well is that drivers are not going out in teams. Like for instance, we are hoping to put 2 cars into the race. I got to say big up to my boy Dave as well. Will be driving with us as well. We're hoping to put a 1500cc class into the team as well, and the 1600cc class, which Sharima and myself will drive that class. So we're hoping to start it off in a team. I've raced with 2 different teams with previous endurance races, with Team Full Works and Team Rekka. Both actually were successful at both times. With the Team Rekka one time I ended up taking one of my car, but I take it under their banner. But this time I decided to change it because we have a few cars parked up. We're not doing nothing much with them. So we said, hey, let's just take a shot, see what comes out of it at the end.
You see, the nice thing about endurance race is that I think why they really put that as the first race of the year is because it's like a bonding. You know, teams together get to drive together. You know, it's not like a separate car, one driver in a team. It's like 2 person driving the same car, and it's so much fun.
So all along I was thinking this is your first endurance race.
No, I started off with endurance. My first race on the circuit was with my father. On endurance.
Actually, Louise has some more footage for us. So while we speak, we'll probably see some of the videos coming up and so on, because he's very creative.
Yeah,
look at that time, you don't see it though.
He is.
You don't see his creativity.
We have what we can tell you. What we can tell you is that we have something else in the pipeline. This will happen after endurance race.
So we have something in the pipeline.
When we talk about we, in this case, Louis would have included on this, myself and Sharima, maybe a couple of more persons. I hinted, I'm actually thinking about, I'm not going to call any other name because I need to confirm on some of the other drivers, I should say. And another team that I know that will come strong will be Danny Prasad and by me as well.
All right. Well, I know that, good footage from GFX, Louis has been ahead of this team and they've been doing some good work. Good as an understatement, really.
Yeah, you need to look at the last November race meet.
I have a personal DVD actually.
Yeah, it's on par. It's I might sound a bit biased by going out and say, because we have working relationships, that it's about of recent, or for the time that I will speak for this, for the time that I've joined motor racing to now, I think that was one of the most professionally done production as it is. There were like about 3 angles, subject to be corrected. I know there were more than 2 angles. And he went out and aired it on television and so forth. Right on NCN it was aired also. So it was good. It's good to know that persons are taking the step forward to bring motor racing out there on the limelight.
But you know what I admired the most was that not only the 3 cars leading the race was the center of attention. It was all the cars
Everybody
on
had
the track.
their fair share of,
yes.
of coverage, really. All right, but endurance. You mentioned teams, cars, various drivers. Walk us through an endurance race. How did it start? Teams, cars, tell me.
There are a couple of ways that they've started. I've never started this, for example, actually, for my endurance. I did endurance maybe 1, 2, I think 3 endurance as it is. I heard I heard sometimes they line all the cars up on a grid in a vertical position, and then each driver runs towards the car.
From
So
what
that's
distance?
the start line,
Right,
from
so
when
what-
you run to the car.
Maybe do the same, but I've never experienced this one,
Is that
right?
from the opposite side of the track?
Yeah,
Or the
so you
front?
run to it, but when you run now, you have to buckle your harness up, your helmet, everything is on, put your gloves on,
Then
and
start drive.
then you pull off. Right, so we have Marshall's man in that.
So it's a matter of agility.
Yep.
All right.
Good, right? That was one that I've never been through as yet. That would be nice.
That would be
if
so
it-
much
yeah,
fun.
that would be sort of that come this Sunday.
But that would have been individual endurance.
No, this is all the cars.
Yeah, all
Let's
the
say there are
cars.
20,
All the
25
drivers.
cars. No, all the drivers have to do
Yeah,
that
it's
one
one
time.
All right.
It's one time. It's say you stand up. We're right here, and the cars are parked there. We all go. All of us rush into our car.
That's from when the time starts.
Yeah, our car, jump in, put our gloves, helmet, everything, and then pull off. So when you finish all of that, then you pull off. So as fast as you could do that to
But
pull
the
off.
lap is already counted.
Yeah,
So
right. I've never experienced that one as it is. The next one, they would have opened the gate on a first come first serve basis. So if your car is already prepped and you're pretty much close to the exit of the paddock, you probably get a earlier pull. They sometimes just put it in a bag and pull it in terms of a grid lineup position as it is.
And then on track, we do time. We don't do number of laps.
We do number of laps. We do number of laps. There's a transponder on each one of our cars that counts how much laps, because at the end of it, there's a 1500, 1600, there's a turbocharged class, and then there's an open class. It's 4 or 5. I think I could recall 4. Right? All right, I'm not sure if maybe 5, but I know it 4 for sure. As it is, I'm not
Delete
any
across.
GMRC official on this
right.
one, member as it is. 4 or 5. Now, when that goes down, each goes into a class. So for you to count that, your car needs to get a transponder. But it's how much laps each class. Let's say the 1500 class, at the end of 3 hours or 2 hours, if car Lewis completed 50 laps, the car that John is driving completed 51 laps, the car Sharima completes 49 laps,
Come
the car
on.
that completes, that's how it counts.
Right.
So Lewis got 51 laps, so he win that 1500 class.
Right.
Then what you could find happening is that you'll have an overall champion also. So because let's say let's use who was the last endurance champion?
Kevin.
Was it Kevin?
Yeah, Kevin.
Or was it Kevin? Right.
Kevin,
Good. Let's use Kevin Diodas. Now Kevin would have entered in either the open class or the 16 the turbocharged class. Now he would have completed the most laps, so he would have won his category, and because he completed the most lap overall, he would have won the overall endurance race. So he would collect his trophy, and then he would collect that huge trophy for winning it overall.
Well-
So the chances happen, anyone could win it overall if you drive properly, if you have enough pace, power, as it is.
But that brings me to the next question, and it's a question that some people like to stay away from, because what is at stake with all this that is happening?
Well,
You mentioned a trophy. Tell me more. Tell me. Don't tell me it's just a trophy. Because
It's for the fun.
it's for the fun.
Honestly, you're
Bragging
putting
rights, bragging
everything
rights
at
and the
risk
fun.
for the fun.
Of course. Every time there was motor racing, everyone's like, "Yo, that'll be hard. I'll get some big money to collect that boy." we get so much. All
how
right.
much do you put in?
Oh, we put in
You
a
put in
lot.
a lot, like-
All right. You ask any driver, we put in a lot. We put in a lot. But I guess it is something that we're passionate about.
We have to do it.
Yeah, we
It's for the love of it.
for the love of the sport. Motor racing in Guyana is very costly. It is. Fortunate on circuit race, 397 has been sponsored. I gotta say,
Yes,
congrats to Sharima. Recently got a sponsorship
from Gaia.
from Gaia. I love
Special
Wonderful.
good night to everyone from Guyana that is tuned in.
right.
So Leonard can.
See.
Yeah, so persons it is getting there. But the thing is and this might sound harsh, is that auto drivers need to come out and do exactly like this.
Yes.
I mean, I've echoed this many times. I've invited many drivers on personal occasions, and I've heard too much of flimsy excuses.
I know.
All right, and not attacking.
personal
They're all
experiences.
friends of mine.
From personal experiences, I can tell you the same, because
Right.
tonight you're expecting 2 more,
Yep.
maybe 3, but you never know how much would we were expecting so much.
In
Only
future,
2 show
anytime
up.
anytime you invite Speed Queen, and
We'll be here.
We'll be here. Don't worry.
We're
appreciate it.
always
All
here.
right, so
Anything
tell me
for
something. After
endurance.
endurance, you mentioned March
March 20th.
20th.
Yep.
Let's hear from the Speed Queen first of all before we come back to WR. All right, March 20th. What will you be doing on race day?
we'll be prepared for a win.
Okay, which category in?
We're in Group 1.
Uh-huh.
That is the 1500 class.
And who are some of the competitors in your group?
Well, we have Shamir Mohammed, Daniel Duki, Azad Hassan, Troy Muir. I could honestly list all of them.
And let me tell you, right? Don't let 1500 or Group 1 detour your mind that it is any belittling of drivers or anything. That is one of the most competitive groups.
Yep.
I'm telling you, it's one of the most competitive
If
groups.
not the most.
If not the most, right?
I think it is.
Yeah, right. Because I
love Group
know,
1.
I know. Last year it was the flag carrier for the GMRC minus
oh my
November.
God.
Right.
No, I love Group 1 because the things with my competitors, I love all of them because they don't class me as a girl. You know, they're going to give me the same treatment as every other driver. And I really admire that. I would hate for one of them to say, because you were in front of me, I let you go. And if you look at any one of my race, you will know that that does not happen. And I really like that.
Right. A little bit more on you just before we go back to Reaz to wrap things up in this first segment. All right, you mentioned you've been racing since a teenager.
Yeah.
What else other than racing do? You have a full-time job? Do you tell me more about yourself personally.
I like it really busy. So when I'm not racing on a regular day, I help run my family's restaurant, that is Khan's Halal Restaurant on the East Bank in Hurstellen.
I'll be sending you an invoice at the end of this show, by the way.
Yes, no problem. And when I come home from that, I usually be in the garage with my father. That is the favorite time of the day to help out with the cars or just look on and assist, learn a few things.
So it's from the greasy kitchen to the greasy garage, really.
Yes.
All right.
She just seems to get it all. And she's also with high heels too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, she with her high heels. Of course, She takes nothing away about her feminine thing in it, which is good. Is good.
Like I say, I'm a cook-up. Everybody likes a good cook-up.
Yeah. All right, Reaz, your expectations for 2016. This is the year of great things for you.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this year because our voice was very loud for a starlet group. I know I remember last interview we talked so much about rules change for Group 3. That rules change showed that we suffered tremendously with the starlet guys in the November meet. The club have sanctioned us. We have a starlet class. So only starlet cars will be allowed in this group. Or if it's a Toyota car, it needs to come with a starlet 45V engine starlet package to come into our class. It's a new group altogether, if you want to put it that way.
Yeah.
March 20th, and we've been working a whole lot since I plus many others has been very vocal for this group. I am one that really want to dominate the group as it is. Though I open all the competition, everything as it is. Like motor racing, there's always competition.
All right, so in 30 seconds, encourage people to come out for Sunday.
It's going to be a total blast. They can be fast cars, really, really fast cars. They can be a pretty young lady and myself, like what's it? You mentioned it earlier.
Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, we're going to be there. Look for us. We're going to be driving a black Honda. You can't miss it, trust me. When we finish with it, you can't miss it. You can't miss it. A black Honda Civic.
Know it.
Yeah, you'll know it. You'll know it. You'll know it for sure.
Well, we can't let the Speed Queen go without saying something to her fans and future fans as well. So encourage people to come out as well on Sunday.
I would just like to firstly thank all of my team Speed Queen. You guys are awesome. I know you're locked and loaded right now. And I really hope that every one of you come this Sunday because we're going to give you something to talk about.
Yep.
All right, so it's happening this Sunday at the South Dakota Circuit. Admission is absolutely free and action should begin from 10 quite early in the morning. So head out there, soak up the action, head back home, and then join me next Wednesday for more on the NCN Sports Magazine. But after this break, we have some more because we're going to be talking swimming because we're going to Rio right next door in Brazil in August. We have some more on the NCN Sports Magazine after this break. Stay with us.